I'm going to be honest with you guys, man. I feel so bad for young men trying to date today. I talk to so many of you guys that reach out to me venting. You tell me stories about girls you were talking to ghosting and the things they say and the things they've done. Screenshots you send me. I've had a couple of you guys send me screenshots from your friends exposing girls you're dating. Some of these girls, man, look like sweet little church girls. But the behavior today, the behavior that we accept and have normalized as a society, it's just so discouraging. It is so discouraging. The way women think and talk now. And I know a lot of you clowns are going to say, I get this every time I make a video like this. Women have always been like this. It's female nature. No, wrong. Women have not always been like this. Women have always been capable of behaving poorly and thinking super trashy like this. And you've always had those women out there, but it was never in mass like this. It's never been this normalized or popular or encouraged for a young woman to walk, talk, and act disgusting, to think disgusting. I mean, even like I've talked about before, the guy that I know that works behind the scenes, one of these disgusting corn websites, he was telling me many days, the viewership can be up to like 60%, sometimes 70% females. All you clowns sit here and say, young men need to stop watching corn. It's poisoning their minds. Bro, it's poisoning women's minds way more than men. It's not even close. I will die on that hill. Some people try to argue when I say that. More women than ever are watching this garbage filth that's poisoning their minds. More women than ever. One of the biggest problems in the dating market is that. Let me be clear on that. One of the most overlooked problems is these trashy women that are just getting addicted to this vulgar shit, poisoning their brains at a very young age, might I add. The things they say, oh man. Then on top of that, the financial aspect, the amount of money that young men are expected to make is laughable. How do they not give up? I mean, I was talking to one guy who's 23 or 24 years old. And he's a welder, makes crazy money, makes incredible money, earth-shattering money for a 24-year-old. And he showed me screenshots of this girl that he'd been seeing for, I don't remember how long. I know it was a few months. Forgive me if I'm messing that up. I don't remember the exact amount of time, but it wasn't a very long time. And she goes on to say, look, I like you and stuff, but I'm really trying to start a family and blah, blah, blah. And you just don't make enough money. And what a weird thing to say, especially when a 24-year-old's making six figures. How do young men not be so discouraged that they just throw in the towel? And not to mention like the lack of respect young men are getting from women today, or men in general, because you can take, and again, not trying to be mean here, but in my life's experience, I've seen and continue to see today many, many young women making crazy amounts of money that it's not deserved at all. I mean, even in the restaurant industry, I go to like my local Buffalo Wild Wings. You talk to young women, 19-year-old girl in there, they make crazy money in tips and they don't even do a good job. You talk to the young men that work in there, you simps don't want to tip them hardly anything. You dorks don't want to tip the young man that does a really good job, but the mediocre looking girl that you're simping over, you'll give her crazy amounts of money because you're hoping you'll buy her love. She's going to like you so much. If you tip her $20, $30, $40, she's going to like you so much. You guys are clowns, man. And I'm not trying to be a hater. I know I'm going to get that too. Like, if you can get it, get it. Let me and everyone else be envious. Yeah, you get it. If I was you, I'd be getting it too. So I'm not trying to be that much of a hater, but I'm just pointing out the obvious. It's goofy, man. It's a goofy situation we're in. I've known girls, bikini baristas, that the amounts of money they say they're making is crazy. And I can't prove it. I hope they're exaggerating. But the amounts of money they say they're making are crazy. There was one girl my brother knew, and a friend of mine knew. She was a bikini barista, and she bought a house down by the beach here in Western Washington. Supposedly, she cashed it out. I don't know how much truth there is to that, but I've heard 2 or 3 people that knew this chick say that. Late 20s, mid to late 20s. That is crazy for a high school dropout party girl. And again, I get it. I sound like a hater right now, and maybe I am. And if I was them, I'd be doing it too. But don't just step back and think that is goofy. When you got young men out here that are taking care of themselves, trying to be fit, taking care of their hygiene, trying to have a decent amount of fashion sense, trying to work hard and get a good career, and they are literally invisible. The welder that I knew, a 24-year-old welder that messaged me, making 6 figures. The girl's like, hey man, you just don't make enough. Can any young man make enough then? That really pisses me off when I hear that. This guy's doing everything right, grinding, working hard. He still finds time for this is pretty close to the perfect guy you'd think for this young woman. No, not good enough. I'm actually surprised more young men aren't defeated. With the current situation, I'm surprised more young men are not defeated. I'm surprised we have as many young men as we do that have their head up and have an optimistic attitude and still try to go out there and seize the day. I'm surprised. I really am. Because in my opinion, the conditions that we're in right now are not good ones. The conditions that we're in right now make being a happy, positive young man, we're making it damn near impossible. And then on top of that, we are overpaying a lot of young women that don't deserve it. I'm going to be quite honest. That might trigger some of you guys. We are. The DEI stuff, the simping. We got a lot of women out here that are getting careers making more money than they deserve for what they contribute to the world around them. I'm sorry. Cancel me, unsubscribe. I don't care. That's the truth, man. That's the truth. It's just, like I said, I've talked about the girl I dated that worked at the gym, in one of the gyms in my area. I dated her for a while. She was 20, 21 years old. This girl was good looking, but she was no 10. She had an OF. She worked the front desk at a gym and had an OF I didn't even know about. Her OF was making $9,000 a month. That was back in however many years ago when I dated her. She showed me. And she still worked at this gym. And this girl was an airhead, bro. Complete airhead. I'm not trying to be mean, but that's the truth. I don't know where she is today, but she was a complete airhead, stoner. You couldn't even have a conversation with her. That's why it didn't last very long. The sex was great. The sexual chemistry was great. The chemistry hanging out was great. Lots of laughter and having fun and flirting and good banter. But I couldn't. Once I learned about the OF, I was checked out, dude. You can't be with someone long-term like that. At least I'm not. How do you expect me to have a family with someone like that with the vagine all over the internet? Every guy in my area has probably seen it. So I checked out. But I don't know if she's still doing that today. She probably is. At $9,000 a month for a 21-year-old girl. Goddamn, man. You even put a quarter or a third of that money away every month. You're doing all right. These young men out here busting their ass, and they ain't getting shit. And then the guys that are doing way above average still ain't good enough. All they hear is you don't make enough money. Goddamn, man. That's why I keep telling young men, keep your head up. I know it's hard. Just grind away, focus on improving, but also do not beat yourself up too much. Understand that the situation that you're in is not normal. This is goofy. This is goofy. A lot of this stuff is not your fault. You did nothing to cause it. And unfortunately, you're not going to do much to fix outside of you, what's going on outside of you. So, like they say, focus on the things that you can control, Put all your time and energy and resources into things that you can control and leave the rest up to the Lord, I guess, because we're in some weird, weird times. We are in some weird, weird times.